Hi, Janette and Phil from When You're Away. In this episode we carry on up north, up Italy. We look at how olive oil's made, remote park-ups, ladies baring their bottoms, fabulous waterfalls switched on at the hydro dam, and all things Ferrari. Enjoy! The lovely lady has just brought us coffee. I bet it's not decaf. They're coming in tractor and trailer, vans, cars. Olives are tipped into this container here and then they get fed up into the conveyor belt. At the top of the conveyor belt, the olives are separated from the leaves and other rubbish.
Olive. After the olive broken at the pasta.
Eh?
You can smell the oil.
You can, yeah. Next it goes into the masher and it's in here for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Is then pressed, which is then put into a tank, and then the owners come and they pour off their own oil and bottle it or can it, as you can see.
The past dried.
So this is the
mash
the
which is dry.
Okay, right.
Yeah, yeah.
And that usually used for warm the home.
Oh right, to
For-
burn.
Yeah.
Oh, to burn. Ah,
This.
right. For the machine to fuel.
It's brown or black. It's
Yeah.
okay, but
Yeah.
even it's better.
Yeah.
It's when the oil is from green olive.
It's pure.
a little bit strong, but it's the best.
It's the best.
You remember the machine broken the olive?
Yes.
Okay. This is the old.
The old
Oh,
way of
old.
doing it, yeah.
The old store.
The
Yes.
old. And this is circle
Yeah.
and broken the olive. And after the past, press
This is the old press. Oh,
And-
right. So that goes
water and oil.
and it comes off.
Okay.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
very good.
The old way.
We have
It's got a few Christmas presents. All done in one go. I like how the wine comes from out of the walls. So he's explained that the farmers have been out in the field all day. They bring the olives at all at this time, and then sometimes they have to wait, and then they come back and they get their own oil back. Cool. Well, we've had an unusual event this morning, haven't we?
What's that unusual event, Janette?
Raining.
It's raining.
Went to bed at 11:15 last night and it was 26 degrees. Absolutely boiling.
And this morning it's 21 degrees.
But it's just cool
And it's
and
raining.
fresh. Yeah. I've put my jacket on. for
So
the
now we're
first
going up to the mountains to get some fresh air.
time. I've got trainers on.
Yeah.
No
She's-
sandals, no
got,
shorts.
She's got almost the winter clothes on. So we're going through Barra. Is it Barra?
Barrier.
Barria.
Very pretty.
Mountain village. You go on left here. Where it's gorgeous.
There is
You have reached your destination on the left.
What? We have reached our destination. We have visitors. Jack's going for a walk off the lead. Very curious. He stays quite close when it's open like this. Tails up because Phil's shouted him. Oh, it's lovely. Right, chuck him in here.
You what?
Chuck him in here. He won't be expecting that. There you go. Got you in, didn't we? Did you not want to come in? Get ready.
We had a good walk up there, didn't we?
You did?
Good morning. How are we? Are we alright?
Yeah.
Are we happy?
Yeah.
It's cooler.
Yeah,
I can cool up a bit better now.
we've had a bit of entertainment this morning, haven't we, love?
Yeah. 3 women dropping their knickers.
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah.
Right, well,
It's
that's if they
exactly-
were wearing them.
Well,
They dropped the trousers anyway.
this rock here on the left, they thought it was the most private place to have a quick wee before they went for a walk.
But it was right next to our van. That window
After
open, eating me breakfast, and they all dropped their
turn
knickers
sharp
here.
right.
Oh. At least they didn't use wet ones.
On the other lights, like.
Yeah,
Yep.
the lights
Oh,
first. These are nice buildings, aren't they? Oh, trees!
looks quite posh. Oh, the man in the middle of the road, watch out.
Yeah, well.
Some balconies as well.
Yeah, they are your other days. Well, we all love a sat-nav, don't we? Helpful, gets us to where we're going eventually. Well, ours has just taken the piss, basically. It has just told us that we need to pull into a lay-by to the right and then pull back out of the lay-by on a busy road like this. What? We are here. Agricamp Peggio Valmarini River. Oh, that's a nice bed. So, this is a nice place. We've got the mountains in the distance. Got 2 horses having the tea. I've got some farting goats. And the usual chickens. I love a place with chickens. We are going to Ingress Byron, which is a waterfall. We've heard the siren. But it's a good job one of us does for research. I thought that was it, and I was going to go back to the car park, and I thought, what, you paid how much for this, and blah blah. But apparently it gets it speeds up and more water comes over, and it gets to about 3 o'clock. I'll have a look what time it is, shall I? Oh, it is a good one. The Falls of Turney by Lord Byron. The roar of waters from the headlong height, Velino cleaves the wave-worn precipice. The fall of waters rapid as the light, the flashing mass foams shaking the abyss. The hell of waters, where they howl and hiss, and boil in endless torture, while they sweat of their great agony wrung out from this their phlegathon, curls round the rocks of jet that gird the gulf around, in pitiless horror set, and mounts in spray the skies, and thence again return in an unceasing shower, which round with its unemptied cloud of gentle rain is an eternal April to the ground, making it all one emerald. How profound the gulf, and how the giant element to rock leaps with delirious bound, crushing the cliffs which downward, worn and rent with his fierce footsteps, yield in chasms of fearful vent to the broad column which which rolls more like the fountain of an infant sea. If you came now, you can't actually see it. You're like, is there a waterfall there at the back?
Right, is this my backside? Is that what you just said?
I don't know why.
Is this my backside?
Why do we trust the bloody sat nav? Oh, I didn't know we were going to go right. Well, don't go right then.
It says 5 tonnes and we're 3.8, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And by the way, good morning.
Good morning.
And did you enjoy your last campsite?
Was that the last one we're doing?
Well, no, not necessarily, but the last one we did.
Yes,
Did you
I
like
did.
the last
Very
one
much.
we did?
Yes.
Right.
Very hospitable.
Was.
He was out to welcome you. He was out to see you off. He brought you coffee in the morning.
And he's very quiet, humble
He's
person.
very, quiet and unassuming.
And if you go there, his son wants to speak English.
English, novel way of doing it, isn't it?
Well, it's just
Works for them.
Yeah.
I like how we picked these. Oh, I didn't know we were going to go this way when I'm driving.
Yeah, well, I can do that when you're driving.
What, you've got so much confidence in my driving? Is that
Well,
what you're
part of
saying?
that, I've got so much confidence in my navigation skills that I can get you out of sticky situations
Oh, right.
when you get yourself in them.
Right. Well, next time we get stuck on a road, I'm going to go, I can't go with it anymore. I'm not going travelling with
Well,
you.
you're going back up on this now.
What?
Up here, up there.
No, you go. You're having a laugh. I'm not going. I refuse. What's she? She wasn't
Right.
expecting it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
We're going up there.
That's what it's doing. Back forward. It's that steep.
Nice church.
That's it. Arrive at your destination on the right. Go down here. That's a big house.
You arrive at destination on the right after 100 meters.
I thought that were our neighbour then. Destination. So, it's flat at the back up there. Do you want me to back in up there?
Yeah, I think this one.
So this bell's got a chap sat on top of it. In the mist. In the old part of the town. Up here. Forward down there. I like going looking up these little side streets. It's quaint. All these old doors. It's four stories high. We're now in the ancient bit, in the centre.
Yeah, ancient centre. Yeah.
And you were saying that there's 3 parallel
3 parallel
streets, one here,
one there, and another one from there.
one there, and one's probably at the other side of the...
Yeah.
And we've got the Star of David on that they've tiled into the floor.
Founded in 1037.
This village?
This village was founded in 1037 apparently.
1037, that's a long time ago.
Before 1066.
It is. And it's part of route.
An ancient route from Canterbury to Rome. Francescan route or something.
A Francescan route. Just cutting back through this little ginnel now. When you get close up, they've made all these little holders for the cactus. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Really artistic, that. So this area was famous for its glass production, and in its day it was as famous as the Murano glass out near Venice. Ooh, time for coffee, I think. It's always coffee time. Thanks to an ex-colleague called Bobby, who I've now remembered his name. He introduced me to my first espresso, and I said, oh my goodness, I usually have my coffee wheat with milk and sugar. And he went, oh, I can get you some milk and sugar if you like. And I went, no, I'll have it how you have it. And I'll think of it as a liqueur and sip it. And it nearly blew my head off. Good morning. We're coming to the Ferrari museum this morning.
There's somewhere to park.
We're not going in the museum then?
Hmm?
Oh, we're not going in the museum.
Not yet, we're going on a red bus.
We're going on a red bus.
Maybe a red bus, I don't know.
We're going to the factory first.
Factory and track.
Factory and the test track. We're at it's Maranello, isn't it?
So our factory was built in 1939. In 1944 it was completely destroyed, and then in 1947 it was rebuilt. The first car, 125 Sport, leave the gate.
It was interesting going past in the factory.
Yeah.
We drove past one bit and she told us all about the design side of it.
Yeah.
But if you quickly looked on the right side,
Yeah.
there was a shutter going down with a car. No, there was a shutter going down with one of the cars in black and white. So it was one of the new ones,
Right.
which are still being tested out.
Ah, right.
But she veered everybody's eyes to the other side.
Didn't need to see that.
Yeah.
So we weren't allowed to film in the factory. So the thing that there were a couple of facts. They can cater for 700 people in the restaurant at any one setting.
Yeah.
Another interesting fact was
It's like a village, and they've all the buildings.
Yeah.
They design the buildings as well.
Yeah.
So and they've got subtropical rooms, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they've got waterfalls and rivers inside the buildings to make it a place of well-being for the people that work there,
They're the designers.
because it brings out the best of the designers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very good.
it was. It was.
It's quite impressive.
And Enzo Ferrari had built himself a house in the middle of the test track, and he said that he knew which car was going round the track by the sound, and he also knew who was driving it.
Yeah.
And I bet he did. He lived and breathed the car, didn't he? Right, off into the museum. Yes, not touching the car. Thank you.
Supercar over there.
That one, at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was only 4 of them made.
Yeah.
And you also own one. You had to own 5 Ferraris already. You had to actually own 5. Not have had 5, but you had to have 5.
Actually, be in owner.
Yeah. And the 400th one went to Pope John Paul.
No.
Yeah. He gave it to him.
Gave it him?
Yeah, and then he auctioned it off for victims of
Yeah.
some disaster.
I need a practice before I do my 7 minutes.
But you just have 7 minutes.
I know.
Because now.
All right, where will the OR be? Where number 1
Here,
is?
yeah.
Right, okay.
Then
He knows us. So this morning's place was a very simple affair. There's a barbecue, seating area, services up at that end. It's like the car park style where everybody's in a row, but you get free electric, emptying place. It doesn't have water. So we're at Salse di Nirano, nature reserve region,
yeah.
and is there any English?
The mud volcanoes,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is an emotional journey that connects 6 districts to the geological phenomena of the salsa.
Right. So a mud volcano route. So unlike Britain, that's open like more or less all year round, especially if it's run by a charity. This is a little bit quieter and, well, there's nobody here. There's nobody on the car park. Oh, look what we found. I'm trying to listen for a plop, 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 but all I can hear is a drone. Right.
Salsa di Narano
Yeah.
is the salsa or emissions of cold mud due to the ascent to the surface of salty muddy waters mixed with gaseous methane and fluid petroleum veils, hydrocarbons along faults and fractures. The name salsa results from the salt content of these muddy waters, whose origin is related to the sea that occupied the present Po plain around 1 million years ago.
Right.
That's the gases and mud.
Yeah.
And that's pushing up, well, the gases are down here, that's the mud, it's pushing up
Yeah.
through the water to make a mud.
So we're basically looking at mud volcanoes which occur along the external margin of the Apennine chain. They're usually small when compared to other world examples. The field of salsa, though, here, Salsa di Narano, is one of the most important in Italy and among the greatest in Europe. The activity of the Apennine mud volcanoes show short erupting periods alternated with long periods of dormancy with fluid emissions. Right, let's look at the map. So this was where we left the olive grove at the beginning of this episode. Go up the coast a bit, and then we actually go south. Down here, have we lunch, work our way up to the mountains, to the remote place up in the hills where the ladies went to the toilet. That was Jack. Then we leave the mountains, we go up here, avoiding the toll apart from that little bit. Go up some beautiful country roads, don't we, Jack? Yeah. And then we go up here to Turney, where we saw the hydro dam being switched on with the waterfalls coming over.
Where Byron was.
Oh, the Byron's waterfall at Turney, where I do my bit of poetry. Then we come up from Turney, past here, past Perugia. So we came past Siena, carried on up to this mountain village at Gambassi Terme, which is where the ancient town was, and then we headed straight north past Pistoria, skirting Bologna, up to Maranello. We had 2 nights here, and that's where we left you when we had a little day trip out to the mud volcanoes. Till next time.